Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother's legacy in preserving and promoting Khon, Thailand's traditional classical performance.
Flash flooding hit southern Thailand, forcing residents to seek safety.
Thailand has been named the world's top food destination for 2025 by the US-based travel magazine.
Coming up next on Thai Pulse. Good evening, welcome to Thai Pulse. Our first story is about the Khon performance. Do you know what Khon is?
Yes, it's a most revered Thai dance, I would say. And it's like a trademark for Thailand.
Right.
And the art form is very elaborate. And there's a lot of details, starting from the mask down to the wardrobe, the costume, just very elaborate, and also the detail of the dance moves and everything as well.
Right.
So we're going to talk about how Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, became a patron for the Khon, or the Thai dance, that are the most revered in our country. Khon is a traditional Thai mass dance drama. Originally, it was made for the royal court. It was made for the royalties, and it was, like I said before, with elaborate costumes, movement, and narrative drawn from the Ramakien, or basically is the Thai version of the Ramayana. And like I mentioned, it was originally performed for kings and nobles, and over time, Khon has faced the risk of declining popularity. Back then, Khon is a very long story, kind of drama dance. The Ramayana has a very long storyline. So most of the time when people go to see Khon performance at theaters, they would break it down into episodes. So it's shorter.
Right.
Shorter, I would say like 2 to 3 hours. That's short.
That's a short version.
Yeah,
right?
and when time, goes on, modernizes and everything, so the younger generations are not quite drawn to the Khon dance because it takes a long time for the performance to finish. So it might not really be the new generation kind of thing, but they were trying to step up and modernize the performance, making everything a lot shorter and more modern. So, basically, that's the story why Her Majesty stepped in to preserve Khon. And she was there to ensure the continuity of Khon for future generations as well, and to elevate it on the international stage. And to prevent such high art from dying out, which I think is a very, very smart move, because without Her Majesty, Khon would have been long gone probably, or probably there would still be Khon, but might not be mentioned as much like today.
Right. Her support started through the Support Foundation, which was established to promote and preserve Thai arts and crafts, such as Thai silk that we already know, environmental conservation projects, and also traditional cultural elements or performances like Khon, for example. Her Majesty launched various initiatives to support Khon to modernize and revive many aspects of Khon performances, making them more, I would say, modern, also more refined, yet very accessible to the people.
Yeah.
So these initiatives include costume making. Her Majesty wanted to make it more elaborate, more refined, more intricate, right? And also the mask craftsmanship, the choreography need to be more modernized, and also nationwide performance training programs for the younger generation for it not to be disappeared later.
Right.
So for the costume, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, provided private funds to the Fine Arts Department just to help study and improve Khon costumes so they could look as beautiful, as royal as they once did. And the Khon performance presented by the Support Foundation under Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, was officially staged for the first time in 2007, and it received overwhelming response. Many people from all ages, the children, the older generations, like the entire family came to see this performance.
And Khon has received recognition by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The revival not only preserved an art form but strengthened national identity as well. Because I mean, imagine if you have friends from foreign countries coming into Thailand and they ask you, okay, what kind of any performance that represents Thailand other than Muay Thai, other than the regular Thai dance that we see at tourist attractions, hotels, events. Khon is definitely one of it. And also with this, Her Majesty made it accessible beyond the royal courts. So back then, only the royalties were able to see the performance, but now everybody is can access the performance.
If you would like to see this performance, the Khon performance by Support Foundation is kind of open for public now. You can book the ticket at thaiticketmajor.com, and surprisingly, the first round the tickets were sold out, so they needed to add more rounds. Just for the public, for everyone to see it. Okay, so moving on to the next topic, it's about the situation that is happening in Thailand, in the south of Thailand. The flash flood hit provinces in the south of Thailand. You saw it?
Yeah, especially in Phuket and Hat Yai.
Yeah.
Nothing like this ever happened.
Yeah, it is the most severe flood in 15 years. Can you imagine? Like, I saw the footages, the flood levels were at the roof.
Yeah.
It's totally crazy. So in Hat Yai district, in the economic zone of Songkhla province, due to heavy rains, the flood waters kind of actually surged at night. Imagine you were like in your houses, you woke up in the middle of the night, your houses are already flooded. And it's of course inundated Hat Yai city very badly, and forcing authorities to declare a state of emergency, leaving unprepared residents and also tourists stranded, because as everybody knows, Hat Yai is a very touristic city because situated in Songkhla province, which borders with Malaysia. Right. So once, every month, I would say, there are many Malaysian tourists, and I saw footages where the tourists were stuck in the hotel. They couldn't go back home. Moving from Hat Yai in the neighboring province in Patalong, just beside Hat Yai, the situation was pretty bad as well. 5 districts were declared as disaster areas. This is the example of the provinces where worst situation is happening now. About in other provinces in Krabi, Nakhon, Si Thammarat, Trang, Satoon, Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat also have been affected too.
And like you mentioned, the water came in the middle of the night. Everybody was unaware, especially to people who work at night, and once they got off work late at night and found out that everyone's flooded. And there were these groups of Burmese, and one in particular was pregnant. And they need to tie a rope between electric poles just to guide them to each spot so that they can get home.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant, so that was a very devastating picture, to watch.
Right.
So, but everybody is safe according to the news, so that's good.
Yeah. So the floods in Thailand, I think everybody see that it's in the worst state this year. There's a specialist, Mr. Paitun Geng Kanchang. He's the Deputy Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources, commenting that Thailand is facing a very heavy rainfall since the beginning of this year. Totally. The country is being affected by 7 tropical cyclones so far. Yeah, there are many names like Wipan, Nong Fa, Tapa, Ragasa, or Bualoi, just to give you an example. So these cyclones can, in a way, increase rainfall and water inflows. Even though Thailand, it's always prepared for floods because we are flooded all the time, right? But apparently this year is not enough.
Yeah. And other than Hat Yai and Patalong, right? Basically in the southern provinces of Thailand, Phuket, I saw videos of many locations in Phuket flooded badly, motorcycles of just floating past by your house. And also the traffic was very, very bad. Hopefully everything will be better because I mean we're entering December very soon. It's Christmas and New Year's coming up, right? So hopefully that the flood situation in the south, especially in the tourist attractions where there are a lot of people around there and a lot of business are affected, right? So hopefully the flood will get better, it will decrease and just basically make everything better for everybody, especially the business owners there.
The government has set up emergency lines and relief units for those in need. There are Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Emergency Line at 1784, the Royal Thai Navy Disaster Relief 1696, and Songkhla Social Development and Human Security Office at 081-990-4294. Well, these numbers connect directly to teams operating in the field who are using boats, jet skis, and helicopters, whatever, just to reach difficult areas to help those who are stuck in their residences. For those who wish to help, the Thai Red Cross Society is receiving donations to support flood-affected families. Donations can be made through e-donation via QR code as shown below. It is also eligible for double tax reduction. Funds will be used for emergency kits, food, clean water, and urgent medical supplies. Authorities emphasize that all support channels remain active and assistance teams are working continuously. Anyone affected by the floods is encouraged to contact the official emergency numbers as quickly as possible.
And next up, we're going to be talking about scammers in Thailand. And I mean, there are so many. A few days ago, when I was trying to find news about scams, actually, we don't have to use the word trying because it's literally everywhere. And I was looking, just surfing through, and I find dozens of news, different ones, you know. Everyone is a victim, not just the elderlies, not just the youngsters, but nowadays they are also aiming at teenagers as well. So in Phuket, there was a 31-year-old former shipping company employee arrested for selling customer data to a scam group for just 1 baht per record. And I have to say this is not something new. We've heard about this kind of news forever, but we don't know if it's true or not. But with this news, we now know that it's a fact and it's still going on. So they would come up with these empty boxes of parcels and deliver it to your home, something that you didn't order at all, and they would pressure you to pay for it. And guess what? Certain groups of people do pay for them, and they earned a minimum of 100,000 baht per day. What we're trying to say is that your personal data is very important.
Yeah.
They're very vulnerable as well. So don't just think by giving your name, giving your phone number, email, and address is okay. It's not if it's in the wrong hands. If they know your name, they can search your name online and they probably find your address in there as well. So they'll do something about it to fool you into paying them money. Okay, so that's in Phuket. Next, in Khon in the northeast of Thailand, the Technology Crime Suppression Division arrested a 32-year-old Singaporean man wanted by Interpol. So how he worked was he targeted Singaporean victims through online scam networks. And there are a lot of scammers around the world. They have many different locations, many different hideouts. So basically there are scammers operating around the world. And Thailand often becomes either a base, a transit point, or a hiding place. So we're not saying that Thailand or Southeast Asia is the main hideout for scammers. Basically, they are everywhere. If you search online, there are scammers all around the world, so you also can be a possible victim. So you need to watch out for the news. Keep yourself updated. Now, scammers are not focusing on elderlies and youngsters anymore, but also teenagers because they all have smartphones. And unfortunately, according to research, Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Mostly the platform that they would use most is Instagram, right? They don't really use Facebook. That's our generation. So that means they don't really keep up to date with the current news because most of the time they spend time on Instagram. So that makes them a big target now. So I would just like to say that parents, if you have kids in their alphas or Gen Zs, it is best to keep them updated with all the scammer news in Thailand.
Right.
Nowadays it's getting very harder and harder to live. So before you do something, you need to think thoroughly. Verify before you trust, pause before you pay, and stay alert to anything that seems too good to be true. And if they're rushing you and if there's emotional involved, you have to be very clear with yourself if this is the right decision.
Right. So now let's take a break. Up next, we have Prime Minister saying there won't be a rise on VAT, and Thailand is named world's #1 food destination 2025. Don't go away.
For years, the lady slipper orchid, known for its unique pouch-shaped bloom, was heavily targeted by illegal collectors. Many of these orchids were smuggled abroad, leaving the species at risk of disappearing entirely from Thailand's forests. Concerned by this rapid loss, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit initiated an effort to conserve and restore native orchid species, particularly the lady's slipper orchid, which holds both ecological and cultural significance. Her late Majesty's dedication to environmental preservation has long been evident in her royal initiatives to protect forests, watersheds, and wildlife. On January 22nd of 1992, while attending the 4th Asia-Pacific Orchid Conference and Exhibition at Ma Chou University in Chiang Mai, Her Majesty expressed concern that many beautiful Thai orchids were disappearing from the wild. She emphasized the importance of conserving native orchid species to maintain Thailand's natural balance and biodiversity. A year later, in 1993, Her late Majesty discussed the issue with then Lieutenant General Yingyot Chotpimai, commander of the 3rd Army Region. This conversation led to the creation of the Doi Intanon Ladies Slipper Orchid Conservation Project, the first royal initiative dedicated specifically to this rare orchid. The project was established in Mae Hong Son Province to survey, cultivate, and reintroduce the species into its native environment. The project expanded in 2004 when the Department of National Parks, Wildlife, and Plant Conservation established another center in Doi Intanon National Park in Chiang Mai. Together, the two centers have become vital hubs for orchid propagation, botanical research, and reforestation efforts under the royal guidance of His Majesty the King, who continues to carry forward Her late Majesty Queen Sirikit's environmental vision. Today, the Doi Intanon Orchid Conservation Projects safeguard 62 species of orchids, totaling more than 3,600 plants. 10 of those species, about 600 plants, have already been successfully reintroduced into their natural habitats. Beyond scientific work, the project plays an important role in raising environmental awareness among local communities. Residents are encouraged to participate in orchid conservation, helping to prevent illegal collection and fostering a sense of pride in preserving Thailand's natural treasures. The initiative has become a model for ecotourism, offering visitors the chance to experience rare orchids in their natural surroundings while supporting local livelihoods. Through this balance of conservation and community engagement, the project continues to flourish as a living tribute to the Queen Mother's enduring love for nature. The Lady Slipper Orchid now blooms once again across Thailand's northern forests, a vibrant symbol of Her late Majesty Queen Sirikit's boundless compassion and lifelong commitment to protecting the nation's precious natural heritage for generations to come.
Welcome back to Thai Pulse. In this second segment, we start with the economic issue. The Prime Minister affirmed that there won't be a rise on VAT, value added tax. The Prime Minister explained that, well, the law says the VAT ceiling at 10%, but Thailand is not yet ready amidst political, economic turmoil, and also economic recovery for Thailand. If we raise the tax now, that would be totally inappropriate. So he said that as long as I'm in charge in ruling the country, there won't be a rise at all. So the finance minister also comments that he acknowledges that Thailand is not yet ready for VAT rise. Thailand needs a plan to ensure the medium-term fiscal stability if the time comes, but the country economically is not strong enough, maybe the VAT increase would be postponed. Despite the fact that the official rate is 10%, the government kind of used reduction mechanism by issuing a reduction tax decree annually to keep the VAT rate at 7%. So the last decree was issued this year to keep the stable rate, and as they know that the rise of this kind of tax would affect many industries. For example, the restaurant business. Have you ever noticed when you go to the restaurant, when you pay the bill, the clients are actually the ones who pay for the VAT, not the merchants, right? So there is an entrepreneur as representative of restaurant business, Mr. Sorathep Rod Pojanarat. He's the president of the Restaurant Business Operators Club and honorary advisor of the Thailand Hostel Association, emphasizing that he does not oppose the increase at all, but urges the government to think carefully and to reconsider industry-specific impacts, for example, tourism or restaurant business, because of course this means it would significantly affect consumer prices and cause higher inflation, particularly in his industry, and also other industries which are highly sensitive for Thailand, like tourism industry. And he also mentioned other examples in other countries like Europe or Japan, where the VAT rates applied differently in different sectors. For example, in Europe, the average VAT is 20%. Right. But in other industries like restaurant and food industry, it's typically 9 to 13%. So it's not the same rate which is applied throughout the country like in Thailand, just to avoid hurting consumptions and business operations. Right. Yeah. But I mean, just to be clear, the VAT is still at 7%.
Right. Okay, so enough about the VAT. Next, something positive. Food. Thailand now is listed the world's #1 food destination for the year 2025. According to the US-based travel magazine Condé Nast Traveler, its 2025 Reader's Choice Awards rated Thailand as the #1 country in the world for food. We got 98.33 out of 100. And this is not just fine dining, but we're talking about small stalls, street food to fine dining. And guess who came second?
I'm not sure. Japan.
Japan is third, actually.
Singapore.
Italy.
Italy.
Right, because Thai people loves Italian food. Everybody loves
who doesn't love Italian
right?
food.
Italian came in second, 96.92%, and Japan came in third, 96.77%. So I think there's a reason why we're chosen number one, because wherever you are from around the world, you can find your national food in our country. We have equal amount of Thai restaurants, Korean restaurants, Japanese restaurants, and whatnot, right? Because that means a lot of investors, business owners are now flying to Thailand to serve the best of what they have in Thailand. Also, the reason that we're chosen number one isn't just about the food, but it's about the experience. Most of the people who voted us to be number one are saying that it's not just about the food, but it's the people. And if you have been traveling around the world for a bit at least, you would know. Because we are listed number one for a well-being service. And our hospitality is top-notch. If you have been traveling to certain places around the world, you would know the difference between Thai hospitality and, other hospitalities in other countries. And we just want to give you the best experience, not just the food, not just the touristy attraction, not just the natural resources that we have, but we want to make you feel at home in our country.
Yeah. And funny enough, I think food plays a very important role in our life as well. For example, when we see someone, acquaintances, we wouldn't ask, hey, how are you? We would ask, have you eaten?
กินข้าวยัง?
Yeah, กินข้าวยัง in Thai means, have you eaten? Is it okay? It's just the way to show that we care for that person. Yeah, I think that the food, that is how important the food is in our country.
It's our cultural asset.
All right, our last story is for the car lovers. One of the largest automobile exhibition in Thailand, the Motor Expo 2025, is now being organized in Bangkok. Today is the first day though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, today is the first day until December 10th, 2025. So this year it features a total of 42 automobile brands from 8 countries, and of course the highlight will be the EVs because there are many new models of cars from very famous car makers that would be launched in this exhibition as well. But this exhibition, it doesn't only show cars, but it also showcases motorcycles, boat, aircraft, motorsport, aftermarkets, car audios, car accessories, or any other related products. Mr. Khon, the chairperson of the Motor Expo, commented that this year consumers will pay a very special attention to the EVs. One of the reasons is that the EV 3.0 incentives, which is the measure rolled out the government long time ago to promote the electric vehicle adoption and production in Thailand, would be finished in the end of this year. So it means that now you can buy the cheapest EVs, before the price will be raised after. So it kind of triggered a price war among the EV manufacturers. They decrease the car, the price of the car, and launch a lot of special campaigns because they know that when the 2026 begins, the consumers will pay less attention to buying EVs. So it is expected that consumers will be able to buy EVs at lower prices. So for those who are interested, I think it's time to rush out to this exhibition.
I was reading through articles from German writers. They were talking about environmental friendly EVs or not. And they were saying, so people are saying EVs are good for the environment, but where do the batteries go after we're done using them, right? So if you think about it, the process of getting rid of the batteries or throwing them away, and they're not recyclable, right? So is that actually good for the environment though? And also we don't really have enough stations for electrical
But it's
charging.
coming.
It's growing, but still we see a lot of challenges and people are lining up.
But definitely the EVs are good alternatives for those who are interested in buying cars for now. And that's all for Thai Pulse this week. We'll see you again next weekend. สวัสดีค่ะ